you into creating mosaic art from plates, bowls, and mugs, but you aren't quite sure how to store it all? In today's video, I'll show you a few different systems I use to keep things organized and clutter-free. Pick your preferred method depending on your available space and tesserae requirements. Or do what I do and combine them to get maximum results. Let's get to it. Welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Julie. And on this channel, we talk about tips, tricks, tools, adhesives, materials, and specific mosaic projects, all to shorten your learning curve when it comes to creating mosaic art. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing. There's a name for mosaic art that's made from plates, bowls, and mugs, and it's called PIQUE Assiette. If you aren't familiar with PIQUE Assiette mosaic, it means thief of plates in French. It's a style of mosaic art that combines plates, bowls, mugs, tile, and found objects into a unique, one-of-a-kind mosaic. You might also hear it referred to as memoryware, shardware, and bits and pieces. I've done a number of videos here on the channel all about PIQUE Assiette mosaic, and I'll include a link to the playlist down below in the description so you can check it out. PIQUE Assiette was pretty much the first mosaic style that I got into when I first started out in mosaic. And I would paint my own ceramic tiles, have them glazed and fired, which I loved, but I quickly started shopping around and acquiring a ton of plates, bowls, and mugs, which is pretty awesome because then you have a much larger selection of your tesserae, but also I ran into a bit of a storage problem. Now here on the channel, I did do a previous video where I got really in depth as far as my storage system for the variety of materials that I have, basically everything that you see behind me. So I will include a link to that video down below in case you're also struggling with how do you store a variety of materials. I'm talking from stained glass, smalty, and vitreous tile, to ceramic tiles, glass tile, and even penny tiles. So if you're looking for a really in-depth video covering how to store a variety of materials, then I'd suggest checking out that video once you're done with this one. And I'll include a link to it down below in the description. But for today, we're just focusing on plates, bowls, and mugs. You guys have been asking for this video, and also my method of storage has sort of reverted back to my old days, and I'll explain more a little later in the video. But to give you an idea of my humble beginnings, this was my storage system when I first got started. Yep, it's just a plain cardboard box. How fancy. I would acquire new plates, bowls, and mugs, and I'd just stack them. Really, I'd pile them haphazardly into a box. However, I could get them to fit. I had no clue what I had, and I didn't maximize the space very well either. So every time I looked for tesserae for a mosaic project, I had to take everything out of the box. So not very efficient either. And if a cardboard box is where you're at in your mosaic journey, well, there's no shame. Clearly, it's where I started as well. You're in good company. You're using what you have available to you, and that's a good thing. What we'll go over is how you can pack that cardboard box with all of your plates, bowls, and mugs to utilize the space better. I'll also show you what I graduated to from my cardboard box, and we'll also take a look at my current system and how I've kind of reverted to my old ways a little bit in the past few months. And I don't feel bad about it either. My hope, though, was to one day have all of my plates, bowls, and mugs sitting on shelves so that I could not only see everything that I had, but also get inspired from their colors and shapes while on display. And I'll share why that's no longer my dream setup. So in today's video, we'll go over different ways to store your plates, bowls, and mugs, whether you just have room for a cardboard box or loads of shelf space. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. You may be sitting there thinking, Julie, how difficult is it to store plates, bowls, and mugs? Really, come on. Well, you're right, it's not that difficult. But if you're acquiring these things at a consistent pace, let's say a fast, consistent pace, you're going to do yourself a disservice if you don't get a system in place so that when you acquire these things, they can just quickly go right into what you already have. This also helps you avoid overwhelm. For me, I need order in the studio. So whether that is tesserae or tools, everything needs to have a designated place to keep things organized and in order in my mind. The beauty of mosaic tesserae is having them out in the open so you can not only see what you have, but also get inspired. It's easy to fill clear jars with glass gems or smalty and enjoy their beauty. But all of these jars take up space which you might not have. But plates, bowls, and mugs, on the other hand, are bigger. They're more cumbersome. They take up a lot of real estate. And in a stack, they're pretty heavy too. So to get started with coming up with a system for your plates, bowls, and mugs, you first need to think about how will they be stored. Are you going to store them in a cardboard box or a plastic container or bin? Or can you utilize a tabletop or a shelf? Back in the day, I graduated from cardboard boxes to plastic containers or bins. I wanted all of my plates, bowls, and mugs to be kept uncut and preferably grouped by color rather than type. Well, that system only worked for so long, and suddenly I started putting red pieces in, let's say, the blue bin, because that's where they would fit. Once I had the shelves installed that you see behind me, everything was great. I had my stacks of plates, bowls, and mugs. This was my dream. I just wanted to see all of those stacks of things ready for me to break and use in a mosaic project. However, dun dun dun, I quickly ran into a problem because I had such tall stacks that if I needed a plate that was at the bottom, and let's say it was the stack in the back row, I had to take everything off in order to get to that one plate. Plus, as I said just a few moments ago, stacks of plates, bowls, and mugs take up a lot of real estate. And I was quickly running out of that with storing all of these other materials as well. So I decided to start cutting down my plates, bowls, and mugs and group them by color in plastic storage containers. Now mentally, it took me a few years to come to this decision, but I gotta tell you, this is my current system I use today, for the most part, and I love it. It saves me so much space as well as my time when I'm looking to see what tesserae I have available. But I understand that this might not work for you, so let's talk about some of the methods that I've mentioned and what you can do to get started. First up, if you're going to use a cardboard box, I would suggest stacking your plates, bowls, and mugs from smallest at the top of the box to the largest at the bottom of the box. This will allow you to look in the box and quickly see if what you're looking for is in there. Another option would be to turn all of the items in the box on their side. You can group boxes by color or type of tesserae inside. A second option would be to utilize a shelf or tabletop for storage. I had multiple stacks of plates, bowls, and mugs, so I stored them kind of randomly on my shelves. I didn't keep all yellow plates, bowls, and mugs together in a stack, or all orange plates, bowls, and mugs together in a stack. I wish I would have done that. For one, it would look really cool, but for another, it would help me quickly locate what I was looking for. And if I only had a few of one color, then I could combine some colors together to create a taller stack. And to maximize space, I mixed plates, bowls, and mugs within the same stack, as opposed to just having a stack of plates or a stack of bowls. But really, it's up to you and your personal preference. A third option would be to cut down your plates, bowls, and mugs like what I've started doing. I cut them down and I keep them in plastic zipper bags. Now, I wouldn't do this if you have a special plate, bowl, or mug that you want to keep intact until you're ready to use it in a project. I'm just cutting down my more common or basic plates, bowls, and mugs. And then I group them in containers by color. It makes things super easy to locate. Now, I did make reference earlier in the video that I've reverted a little bit in storing my plates, bowls, and mugs, and that's because I've started stacking them again out in the open on a shelf. Now, you probably can't see what I've started doing again because, well, they're behind me, but they're right there, okay? Right there. And I have started stacking them again on my shelves because I've run out of space in my storage bins. So once I start using up enough of my tesserae in the storage containers that there's room in there, I will start cutting down these plates again and storing them in the appropriate bin. But for right now, I'm digging the look again. I'm loving it. I'll include a list down below in the description for all of the organizational tools and bins that I use here in the studio in case you'd like to get your tesserae a little more in order. Question of the day, let me know down in the comments, how do you like to store your plates, bowls, and mugs? I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up as it really does help my channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell notification so you never miss a single upload, and let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like me to cover in a future video. I'll see you soon. Bye. Rubble, rubble. First mosaic style that I got into, and no, I looked over there and you are who I want to be talking to. You. So let's do that again. Okay, let's rock and roll. Clearly I started in a car. No. It makes things easier for you, easier said than done, so that it, let's start over. Whoops. Place so that things can just quickly, man, I go so good, and then and see how you can go, no. So let's talk about some of the methods in case you'd like to get your, I don't know. In the comments if there's something you'd like me to cover. That just didn't flow at all. What's going on? If you're looking for more mosaic inspiration, you can check out one of these two videos. Until then, see ya. We're done. We're out of here. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.